There's 3 minutes left in the third. This is quietly one of the most amazing plays in playoff history, and nobody really talked about it after it happened.
Watch, bro. He puts it up and then he tips it.
Oh, wow.
I'm also not. I'm gonna have to check the rule book. I'm not sure it's allowed.
What?
I'm just telling you. When you said it's one of the most amazing plays, I don't.
The slam dunk contest.
I bet it's allowed.
You can throw it off the backboard to
I don't see what type of violation. You're in the air.
Because you're in the air. Yeah. You know what? You know what? I've checked the rule book. Allowed.
What if it was in the cylinder? He ends the night with 19 more in this game later. Wonderful head to Chicago. 2 of Kobe White's 42.
This move is crazy.
Playing great.
Nasty.
Did you see what Jacoby from the Carton Show said this morning?
No.
That he can't like him because evidently Kobe's real name is Jacoby, and he shortened it.
Well, Jacoby's real name is Dave.
Right, really? Well, that's it. Well, but Jacoby's last name is Jacoby. Okay.
More of this game in a second, too. Wonderful Red Sox Guardians. Tanner Houka, complete game. Guess how long this took, bro? 1 hour and 49 minutes.
Wow.
Also a very restrained Gatorade bath.
Hey, yippee for the return of the complete game.
Love it, right?
Yes.
There we go.
Yippee.
Red Sox moved to 10-9. Yeah, that's right. Wonderful. Back to Chicago. DeJounte down the lane with a dunk. What are we doing with the Hawks now that they lost?
I was about to say,
trade.
why we spent a month talking about the breakup of the Warriors. What about the breakup of the trade DeJounte Hawks? That was the last game they were ever playing together.
The trade would be nice in Golden State.
Trey?
Bro, you can't. Golden State doesn't have assets.
For Wiggins?
No one wants Andrew Wiggins.
And Murray together?
Okay, well,
When this trade happened, we all were like, that's not going to work.
Try to sell him on that.
but the problem for the Hawks is they can't tank because the Spurs have all their picks.
Right, they're just stuck in
Tough
no
one.
man's land.
Wonderful, less than 30 seconds left. Tyler Hero blocked by Batum. That's pretty good. And Philly headed to the Garden on Saturday. That's weird and wonderful from the National Pastime.
Drew's like, where was this when you were with my Clippers?
We're going to go out to the Bay. Free agent to be Klay Thompson met with the media yesterday. We're in a bit of a tough spot here, bro. You don't really want to talk about Klay going scoreless in a do-or-die game that cost the Warriors the season. Also, Klay was not interested in talking about the future. So you're stuck. Take a listen.
We don't want to talk about the season first. You want to talk about the future? There was a lot of games played, man. That was a pretty big accomplishment. What's up with y'all not wanting to live in the present, bro? It's ridiculous. Well, consider it's April 17th. I don't think I have to pivot that quickly. When is free agency? July 1st? Yeah, I got some time. Got some time.
Can't tell if he's bemused by it or upset.
It's tough for him to deal with. Let's just keep it real, right? I mean, he knows he's not what he used to be. He's had his role on the team has declined. The guy he came in with, or close enough step, is still balling. Like, I get it. It's tough to deal with what he's going through.
And can I add something to that? He walked into that room knowing probably my last time publicly as a member of the Warriors. He didn't say it. Yeah.
Or after I just scored 0 points.
Yeah, but no, but I honestly think that's why he was saying, like, we got to go right to the future. He played a lot of games, I think there was real emotion there of knowing. He certainly knows it's possible.
Sure.
And I would say it's likely. And now, obviously, they'll retire his jersey, he'll have other things. But where he is a member of that team, day before that was probably his last game. And yesterday was probably his last day. So, I get him being, kind of stirred up about it.
I don't think it's so cut and dried, though. It depends on what other teams go after Klay and how much money they offer him. Does he really want to come back to Golden State? And will he take a significant pay cut and a significant, perhaps, role? Or less significant role on the team. Maybe he's coming off the bench again. He got his starting job back. And then, look, it depends on, can we trade Andrew Wiggins? What could we possibly get to put around Steph and Draymond and Kuminga? I just think at this point, it's all up in there. I wouldn't be like, we're definitely getting rid of Klay. It'd be a possibility for sure, but I'm still got a lot to look at.
I was pretty certain going into the play-in that if they lost, it was going to be his last game. I'm more certain now because right after the game, Steve Kerr, got to bring him back. Got to bring Chris Paul back. Got to bring everyone back. Steve Kerr, a day later, and I don't know what meetings were on Steve Kerr's agenda yesterday, but I imagine he chatted with the owner. Here's what Steve Kerr said yesterday evening. I don't think it makes sense to have a massive payroll right now with our team. At some point, you can't spend this much money for a team that didn't make the playoffs. We have a lot of decisions to make and a lot of questions to answer. He also talked about potentially pivoting to younger players. I do not believe there is a world that exists where the Warriors have an expensive team again next year. The owner said it was priority one, and that was before he knew they were going to be the 10th seed and get knocked out. The coach, after saying, want to bring everyone back, within 24 hours, you know what I mean, maybe got the code red from ownership and backtracked. And Klay is not the level of, he has not decreased in his level of player the way Russell Westbrook had, as from a perception, from a league-wide perception standpoint, where if there were a lot of teams, Brew, that if we're given Russell Westbrook, in fact, one was. He was traded and bought out, right? Like that, don't want him. Klay is still a useful player. He's still, I think, one of the 100 best players in the league. Like, you know what I mean? He can still help a team. His shooting percentage shows you that. His length shows you that. And so someone's going to pay him. And it's not going to be Golden State. And that then...
Does he want to go somewhere else, too?
But I guess my other point is this. Staying in Golden State is also not his best opportunity when it comes to winning. If another team can offer you a better chance to win and more money, so I'm just staying there because I like my boat and my friends.
Well, will I have a role anywhere else that's as big as Golden State? You make sense. I'm not saying he's definitely coming back. I'm just saying it's all up in the air.
I think Dallas give him a pretty good role. I think Dallas stand there, hit threes.
Yeah.
Be the third.
Playoff Luka, that's a good role.
Yeah, that's a good role. Orlando, by the way, is still playing. The Warriors are not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Orlando wouldn't excite me as much. You're not winning.
Left Philadelphia limping. Now his agent is saying he's headed to the doctor today, and he disputed this MCL report. Next game is Friday, yeah. And the winner of Bulls Heat will head to Boston for round one. What does this mean for the Celtics, Nick?
Well, let me say, so the agent, Jimmy Butler's agent, saying there's a chance?
Well, this morning, he just didn't like the reporting.
I'm just saying.
He didn't like the diagnosis from afar before he went to the doctor, was my read on it.
He just played 3 quarters of basketball, if I'm not mistaken, on that MCL. And Jimmy Butler, last year he was playing through a knee soreness, injury, whatever it was.
That was his ankle, but regardless, he hurt himself in the Knicks series.
Like, if there's a guy that might play through this, it would be Jimmy Butler.
I don't know if he's going to. I think
I'm just saying if whatever that agent said, I didn't see that. But assuming he's out, obviously it's a easy road for the Celtics to the finals. Because not only is Jimmy Butler, I don't even think Miami gets past Chicago without Jimmy Butler. Chicago's been playing pretty decent basketball. If they do, they're still going out, obviously, to Boston if they don't have Jimmy Butler, okay? Then Boston is, who the second round, they will have Orlando or Cleveland. They should win that. That's not that tough. And then you get maybe a banged-up Philly or Milwaukee or an overmatched Knicks team. Now, that said, Nick, last year, it was Atlanta, Philly with Embiid banged up and actually missing one of the games, and then Miami that had been an 8 seed.
Yeah, but last year's Boston team was not this year's Boston team. They weren't the 1 seed.
But it was the core. I get that they got Porzingis. Here's what I'm saying: is last year it was simple, and they didn't even get there. All right, if they don't get to the finals, I think Joe Mazzulla has to be gone.
Something has to happen.
This would be the second year, and I think this would be the second year where it looked like you should have got there, especially when Milwaukee got beat.
Right now, Milwaukee's the second favorite. You bet $100 on Milwaukee to make the finals, you make $800. You bet $100 on Boston
to make the finals.
To make the finals, you bet $100 on Boston to make the finals, you win $40. They are a minus 225 favorite against the field to make the finals. There is. I totally agree with what you're saying, Brew. I'm just trying to add to it. If it's not, it would either be fire the coach or trade Jaylen Brown or do something drastic. You can't. It would be the historical precedent of a team with this regular season resume, even if you had a gauntlet in front of you not making the finals, is non-existent. This regular season resume.
There was a 60-win team. Was it Denver? Seattle. They lost to Denver with Mutombo.
Oh, yeah. 8-1.
Correct. So that in the best of 5 in round
one. Dallas with Dirk, 8-1.
Right, but not all of these boxes that I'm about to show you they checked off. So you've been pointing out point differential all year. We can show you that every single one of those teams with a point differential like Boston won the title. What about win your conference by 10-plus games? It's been done 14 times. I don't have a graphic for this. You're going to have to hear me on it. 10 of the 14 won the championship, and the ones that didn't, Brew, 3 of them ran into, like it was the 06 Pistons who ran into Shaq and D. Wade, or the 73 Celtics who ran into the Knicks, or the 86 Lakers, it was Sampson and Olajuwon. At least you had, Hall of Famers beat us in that situation. They have 3 20-point scorers in their starting lineup. All of NBA history, the number 1 seeds that have had that. The St. Louis Hawks with Bob Pettit, West Wilton Elgin, and twice the KD Steph Klay Warriors. That's it. This team has it. For this team to not make the finals when Giannis is dealing with a calf, Embiid's limping around, and Jimmy Butler is out weeks would be a historic choke job.
Especially, and I get it, it's a little different because they have Porzingis. They've made the finals.
Yeah.
This core has made the finals, and what I would say is, you know what? We need a tough, hard-nosed coach like Ime Udoka was, and he did a good job in Houston this year.
Whatever happened?
And I think Mazzulla's a finesse coach.
A finesse coach?
Their
He's out here
game is
blocking
finesse.
shots.
Their game is finesse.
Hold on. Can I ask you a question real quick? To be fair, hold on,
They shoot a lot of threes.
Wait a second. Hold on.
They don't get to the line. They shoot a ton of threes.
But right now, I'm not a Mazzulla fan. But right now, we have to say what he's done is working. You're just saying if they were to lose.
If they lose. I like Mazzulla.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just saying if they lose, it's a yellow brick road to the finals.
That you agree with that, right?
And last year,
they should get to the finals.
Last year was a yellow brick road after Giannis was hurt and they got eliminated. It was. It should have been.
I like Mazzulla.
Yeah,
I'm not firing Mazzulla. If you get to the Eastern Conference Finals and something weird happens.
If you get to the Eastern, hold on
this
a second.
Will be 2
what
straight
change
years.
are you making?
I don't know. I'm not firing Mazzulla. I like Mazzulla. I like him.
They were a great team when he took over. And they would have gone
And now they're better.
How? They got to the finals without him.
Yeah, I mean, again, we are. This is. I want to be clear to the audience because it's if you just
now we're all the way to the Celtics in the finals.
I got him in the finals, so I don't think he's going to get fired.
So do I.
I think he should. But if they get beat,
the context of the conversation is if they don't make the finals, there is no excuse. Is I guess the point.
Right.
One of the reasons basketball is, to me, such a unique and beautiful sport is because no matter how great a team is, if you run into a true legend.
If you run into Giannis and Dame wins a game, goes crazy,
Wait a
and
second.
Giannis wins 2
let's
games.
see if Giannis is 100%.
Yeah,
there's
yes,
a little,
of course.
nuance.
But right now, Giannis is not playing. Right now, we're worried about Giannis's Achilles tendon. So that's the point I was kind of getting ready to make. Is in basketball, I typically don't think chokes are fair. If it's the answer is you didn't choke, a legendary player beat you. My point is the East has 3 legendary or legendary adjacent guys in it, and they're all hurt.
Right.
So if that's the case, and you're the 1 seed. And the bracket fell perfectly. You got to make the finals.
They should make the finals.
Yeah, they should. I'm not even saying they have to win it, but they need to.
Exactly right. That's exactly how I feel.
I'm just saying if it's Game 7 in Boston and Dame has 50 points.
You lose a Game 7 at home to a Celtics team that fires
and Jason Tatum misses a shot.
I mean, come on.
Belichick to the Cowboys next.